Here's a quick take from the YoJoeShow Podcast.
We just passed April 1st, which of course here we celebrate, quote unquote, April Fool's Day. And we did post a April Fool's story where we said aliens landed at the Starbase SpaceX compound in Texas, which obviously wasn't true, but people far and wide were being punked and pranked. And we have a couple of examples we thought we'd throw in there that we thought were cute. Here's the first one.
For years, we've been asked why we don't offer a tipping option during our traffic stops. Well, today that changes with the introduction of the ultimate traffic stop experience. After you sign your citation, the officer will ask you one simple question. They will turn their head in a dramatic, completely non-judgmental fashion, and you can make your selection in privacy. Options include 15%, solid stop, would get pulled over again, 20%, very professional, minimal awkwardness, 25%, outstanding eye contact, and very efficient, great penmanship. Custom, you decide. We strive to be an innovative and creative police department, not only on April 1st, but every day.
All right, kudos to Irvine, California's police department. I think they did a good job at trying to have some fun. And
yeah, but boy, is there a over-tipping problem here in the United States where no matter what you're paying for, they always turn that screen around with tipping options. And it used to start at like 10, 15, 18, now with 15, 20, 25. It's becoming truly ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. And luckily, they haven't started asking for tips when they
pull you over.
Although, when I was living in Texas, there was a local police department that did add credit card machines to the police cars so they could get the tickets paid by the spring breakers while they were right there.
Living in Mexico, I can attest to the fact that you do pay tips, but then if you pay the tips, you don't really get the fine. So it works out.
Not really tips, just to break the thing. That's not considered a tip, but that's, yes. The traffic cops in the border towns in Mexico, yes, they expect to be paid. They hate actually writing tickets. Their goal is to
what they do there is they take away your license to the police station.
Oh, they can take your car. They can impound your car. Even if they say you didn't stop at the stop sign long enough, you actually go. Even in the evening, you can be brought before a judge, and they can seize your car. It's like serious business.
You're better off having cash and paying the tip than having them take your driver's license or your car, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. I know someone that actually was in law school at the time and had traveled over there. She's fluent in Spanish. Got pulled over and got into a huge argument with the cops and says, I'm not doing this. She lived in Brownsville as well, on the U.S. side of the Mexican border. And she was like, I'm not having it. And they're like, are you going to follow us to the court or the police station? And she just says, okay, you guys go. And they started going. They came back. They're like, you're supposed to follow us. I'm not following a bunch of men to who knows where. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, she drove them crazy to the point they finally let her go. But it was quite the story. And
she's lucky she didn't get arrested because they don't play games sometimes.
Yeah, I just, again, if you're like from the area and you know how to handle them and how to not be intimidated, you usually get away with whatever. My attitude was always, if there was a problem, I knew where the bridge was and where the line was in the middle of the bridge. It brought you back into the United States. So I was always ready to just get out of there, if ever, because I didn't trust half of those. Half of those local police are not exactly.
No, they work for the cartels.
We hope you found our quick take segment informative. For more content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch the full episode.